palpable was this sense that at some point, somewhere, someone had steered them wrong. That there was a clear sense of feeling wronged, um, and of course, this will tie into familiar themes from me. It was as if what they were discovering is they had absolutely no leverage when it came to getting a man to stay. And there were even lines like choose me, right? Or why won't you choose me? These kinds of things. And so that's why I said what I did when I said, we're in it now. We're not making predictions anymore. We're in it. In a sense, this is the culture telling us what's going on. Art imitating life, imitating art. And so this is the reality that a lot of young women are living with. And in the culture, in the manosphere, well, actually, in the manosphere, you're going to hear a lot of conversation, pointing the finger at women. And it's not as if they don't have plenty of material to work with. But frankly, my focus has shifted. My sympathies now. I have some sympathy for imagine your daughter trying to get it right, dating with intention, being being careful with her heart and with her body and all the rest. And she's senior in college, and she's thinking seriously about her future, and she's trying to get men to engage the topic seriously. And he's also 22, and I mean he has an automatic out, which is like, oh, whoa, I'm way too young to be thinking about that right now, right? The culture has told him that he's off the hook for at least 5 to 10 years as he tries to get his life established. And so she has zero leverage. Like, what leverage does she have to get him to take the matter a lot more seriously? So my sympathies in some ways are with her as well, which is, where are the men who are going to take the whole enterprise seriously enough to make a leap of faith, to make a sacrifice long before they really understand the sacrifice they're making.
I think I see that, and I kind of see both sides of the equation, mainly because I was the guy. Like, I had one of my girlfriends. We didn't date for very long. She broke up with me, and her reason for breaking up was, I'm pretty sure that if I continue dating you, I will never date another person again, and I'm too young for that. And I was like, well, I don't even know how to respond to something like that. But I remember my reaction being, well, screw this then, and it took me a while to kind of come away from that mentality. If that's how you're going to be, why shouldn't I just be the jerk back? I mean, but I think the problem is we've done this on both sides. It's not a man problem or a woman problem. We've been kind of lying to young people all the time, saying you can have it all. And nobody can have it all. You're always going to be missing something, or you have to sacrifice something at some point. And I don't think we're teaching young people the sacrifice part, or at least I don't think we're doing it well.
Well, I definitely do think that. No, I think that people are making sacrifices and they're putting in effort, but the marketing thing is a really big part of this, because the lifestyle that was marketed changed at a certain point. And this is a little beside the point, but I just wanted to share. So I did put pictures in for this is the image. You see that? For thinking about this stuff,
Nice.
that was the memory of my childhood. Like, just because this stuff always gets pointed at kids. But I think, at a certain point, there was this thing where now these options are available to women, like you can go to college, you can have a career. And there was always some amount of that. And this was my like theory that, and this is pretty sad when I think about this, because I'm a father of 3 girls. And I was thinking about in some ways, the marketing was probably, it was the dads and the good dads that got the bad messaging, because the girl with a good dad is going to succeed in whatever she wants to do. And once, this thing of options came out, if a girl wants to go to Nashville and be a singer, if she wants to go to LA and be an actress, or if she wants to go to New York and be a businesswoman, the ones with the best dads are the ones that are going to rise to the top in those fields, because they're going to have the support to, do all the skills and everything. And then those dads end up with daughters that don't get married and don't have kids. And all of that, like, good fathering wisdom just went nowhere. And I just don't, and I don't think it probably didn't even occur, because, and that was the thing, is because that was the good thing for those dads to do. I'm not going to tell my daughter to get married. I'm going to empower her. I'm going to, let her have the options her mother didn't have and her grandmother didn't have. And so, in a weird way, it was like the best dads worked against their own future self-interests and societies.
Well, and I think there's
almost
a belief of the lie of, well, what is the best? Like, I want my daughter, I have 2 daughters. I want my daughters and my son to have a good life. But what is that good life? Is it a career? Is it the family? And what am I selling them? What am I showing them about my marriage? Am I showing them that my wife is the old ball and chain, and just a hamper on it, like the Peg Bundy to my amazing Al Bundy ways? Or am I showing them something better than that? What am I showing them about being a father? Or what is my wife showing about being a mother? Is being a mother an awful thing, just this thing that I do to please my husband or whatever? Or is it a blessing?
Well, imagine being a dad who didn't want to fork out $1,000 a ticket to take your kid to see Taylor Swift last summer. And your reason wasn't because you couldn't afford it. It was because you thought it was a bad idea. Like, imagine being that dad, right? It's almost a trope in the music industry